Hi everyone, my name is Chef Stacy. I'm the CEO and founder of Simply Pure Vegan Restaurant. And welcome to my first masterclass where I will be teaching you how to make healthy, plant-based dishes that take 30 minutes or less. So we're gonna run into my kitchen, and the first thing we're gonna make today are Maryland crab cakes made with jackfruit and heart of palm. So let's get started, come on. So here we have purple onion, and purple onion is just packed with flavor, so you gotta have that. We also have garbanzo beans or chickpeas that are high in protein. People are always asking, where do I get my protein when I'm plant-based? Well, garbanzo beans, chickpeas, a wonderful way to get your protein. We also have heart of palm. Heart of palm comes from the heart of a palm tree. It's grown in tropical areas, and this is really good for fiber and for digestion, as is the next thing, jackfruit. Jackfruit is a fruit. It's also a tropical fruit, and it's very good, high in protein as well. And it's a very good meat substitute for if you're trying to make like a pulled chicken or pulled pork, or in this case, crab cakes. Amazing. We have chopped celery. Celery is really good for electrolytes because celery has natural salt inside of it. So when you juice celery, when you're using it in any recipes, you're also getting those electrolytes that you need to replenish your body. We have red bell pepper. We also have aquafaba. Now, what is aquafaba? Aquafaba is the juice of garbanzo beans. And you save the juice because this is an egg substitute when you're making your vegan or plant-based dishes. So instead of using egg as a binder for our crab cakes, we're going to be using the juice from the garbanzo beans, which is called aquafaba. We also have here fresh dill, and we have fresh basil. I love using fresh herbs in my cooking because it just brings out the natural flavor. We're using seaweed. So we're going to be using nori sheets, which are these crunchy sheets here. And then we're also going to be using dulse. So we also have nutritional yeast. We got Old Bay. Every crab cake recipe has Old Bay. You cannot have a crab cake without it. We have onion and garlic powder. And we also have a little sea salt. We have panko because we're going to get that nice crunch on top of or for the crab cakes. We're going to get that nice crunch with the panko. And then we have flour. We're going to use a little bit of flour as a binder. And then we have our fresh basil. I'm going to add fresh basil leaves into the recipe as well. So that's it. Hi guys, while we're waiting for our oil to heat up, I want to go ahead and introduce you to my mom. Hi mom, this is my mom, Linda DOUGAN. And I'm going to show her how to cut a jalapeno because there's a couple of tricks with the jalapeno that I want to show you. So here it is. My mom is an expert at cutting, so she knows what she's doing here. You can get the knife and you're going to cut off that top part, and then you're going to cut it down lengthwise. Yes. Okay. And then what you're going to do is take all, you see all the seeds and all the membrane, take that out. Yep, you can take it out with your finger. If you take it out with your hand, make sure that you wash your hands before you touch your face. But you want to get all of this out. And the reason why is because we want the taste of the jalapeno and the flavor without the heat. So the heat from the jalapeno actually comes from the seeds in the membrane, not from the actual jalapeno itself. That's why we want to go ahead and take all of that out. Perfect. Mom, you're doing such a great job. You're hired. I'm going to rinse these too just to double check to make sure we don't have any seeds.
Okay, this one has to be rinsed too.
Yeah.
Trying to get all the membrane out of there.
Yep. There you go. And if, see how easy it peels? I'm glad she's using her hands. You can use a knife too, but see how easily all that peels out? And I'm going to go ahead and rinse this one too. We're small dicing the jalapeno.
See, really skinny.
Yep. And those are perfect. See, I didn't even have to tell her what to do. She knew exactly. That is, and Mom, you have to assist me with the, go ahead, keep going, with the chopping segment that we're going to do. Showing people how to cut. Look how perfect her cuts are. The secret to making sure that your jalapeno or any kind of vegetable is perfectly diced is to make sure that you start off with your cuts as even as possible first. So from the first cut to the last cut, everything has to be uniform and even, and then all of your pieces of your fruits and vegetables will be even. So that's perfect. And now we got the taste of the jalapeno and we don't have all the extra heat. Yes.
You can always add heat, but you can't take it out.
There, that part. We cook a lot at home, so yep, and that's it. So once you got that all chopped up, and Mom, while you're here, you know what, just go ahead and chop that up too. You can small dice it.
Pineapple and jalapenos. That's an interesting combination.
Pineapple jalapeno slaw. There you go.
This was a child that wouldn't have anything to do with the kitchen. Okay?
You look at the camera.
She's the one that would holler out and say, "Is it ready yet?" You know? So parents, I tell you, you just never know how kids are going to turn out, so keep hope alive.
This is true. I did not like to cook when I was younger. And my mother would be like, "The way to a man's heart is through his stomach." I'm like, well, I'm going to have a cook. So I'm like, the way to my heart is through my stomach. So my man is going to have to cook. And now I'm like, no, I really think that women should know how to cook some things in the kitchen. And, you know, because the most important room in the house, to me, in anybody's house, is the kitchen, because you can make your family well or you can make your family sick in the kitchen. That's why your kitchen needs to be clear of like debris and all kinds of extra things that if you don't need, make sure that everything is in order, like you have all the things that you need, but make sure that your kitchen is clean, because you know that's a big part of making your family well or not is a clean kitchen.
Mom, what was one of Chef Stacy's favorite dishes when she was growing up?
And it doesn't have to be vegan, because we weren't vegan then. We didn't grow up vegan.
So she I had this recipe called pork chops a la Gabby.
Oh wow. That was a long time ago. Before my transition, for sure. When I like the pork chops a la Gabby, which I'm going to have to look up because I have no idea what that is. We're going to have to.
Pork chops with apples and peppers and onions. It was so good.
Oh, okay.
Brown sugar.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, maybe actually, yes, absolutely. Maybe we can do that, a vegan version of the pork a la Gabby, pork chop a la Gabby.
And Mom, what was one of your favorite dishes that Mom made for you growing up?
That my mom made for me? My mother was a good sweet potato pie maker. She made the best sweet potato pie ever.
That's ready.
You know?
We know the oil's ready. Okay, so yeah, because we hear the oil popping. We had a little bit of water. That's how you know your oil's ready. Is when you throw some water in there and it starts. Then you know that it's ready. So we're gonna go ahead. Yep.
The family dinners would be
the camera.
like a buffet. Really, my grandmother was the real cook. Oh my God, she could burn. She
not burn literally, but like a good burn. Like that's the black people way of saying that people know how to cook.
I mean, she could really cook. She had 11 kids, and so she had a full course, 3-course meal every day, you know, including dessert, homemade dessert every day. And she was a bomb cook, and so most of the time she would do most of the cooking. But you know, people would bring different things, and my mother would always be the one that would bring the sweet potato pie. But there would always be you know, chicken or turkey or fish or something, whatever was on the menu that day, and potato salad, macaroni and cheese.
Sound good to me.
Homemade rolls. You know, if there was greens or beans, there would always be cornbread, and just good food. She had a garden, and they had chickens and fresh vegetables and fruit trees and grapevines, and she would can, and it was a wonderful childhood, I'm telling you. But eating was, of course, an important part of the culture.
All right, so I am just making I'm making a quick slaw. Mom, you can throw those in there.
Okay.
You can throw all of it. Awesome. Thank you, Mom, for helping. I appreciate that. Yes, Mom, you gotta say bye.
Oh, bye everybody.
And so while my mom was telling that story about our family cooking history, because we do come from a line of cooks, home cooks, I was making just a quick slaw. So we have green cabbage, purple cabbage. I put some extra virgin olive oil. Remember we talked about that, using extra virgin in salads. I also have the agave nectar, which is a natural sweetener. I have apple cider vinegar, and then I use a little bit of salt. And then my mom put in some pineapple and jalapenos, and then I put in a little bit of dill. You know what? Let's throw some parsley in there too. Why not? It's go good. And then let's go ahead and mix that up. And this is a slaw that will be served on the side of our crab cake sliders. So now we're gonna make a lemon remoulade. So this is my fresh lemon. You always use fresh when you can. We got a bunch of lemons in our fridge, so I'm gonna roll it. So what I'm doing is rolling the lemon with my hand. I'm taking one hand, putting it on top of the other, because what it does is it releases the juice before you squeeze the lemon. That way you're not struggling, and then you have lemon juice that's left over in your lemon. So you wanna roll it first, just a little bit, just to get it nice and soft. See, now my lemon's soft, and then I'm gonna cut it right there down the middle. Bada boom, bada bang. And then here's your trusty dusty lemon squeezer. I love this because it has the holes here, so you get the juice without the seeds. And I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze it into my bowl. You got this, you can get this anywhere. Grocery store. My favorite place is Bed Bath & Beyond. I love that place. I love Bed Bath & Beyond, love that place. You hear that, Bed Bath & Beyond? I need some money from y'all. I need some sponsorship. So that's about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I'm going to use this vegan mayo, which is Follow Your Heart brand. I love this brand. It's my favorite. And I'm going to go ahead and put just a couple of tablespoons. Well, no, that's like more like a half of a cup. And there of that, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to add a pinch of Dijon mustard. And let's do some fresh herbs. Let's do a little bit of parsley. And then let's chop up some basil, why not? And then if you want to grab some sriracha, we can do that. And I'm going to go ahead while my mom is grabbing the sriracha, because she's in the background talking about sriracha. And all of a sudden, sriracha is in the picture. Thanks, Mom. And we'll add a little bit of sriracha for heat, for flavor, and also for the color. All right, and your remoulade sauce is done. That's all you need, my friends. Look how easy that is. You need a sauce too for your crab cakes. Don't serve your crab cakes dry. Have a sauce, okay? I'm going to start with our garbanzo beans. Remember, these are high in protein, so we're gonna throw these in the bowl. And you don't want to use the garbanzo beans whole. You really want to mash them up, okay? So I'm going to take my potato masher and just do a little hitherto here, just to make them a little soft. You don't have to mash them up all the way, but just enough to get them so that they're not so chunky. All right, and the next thing we're going to put in here are our heart of palm. All right, so this is heart of palm, and this is jackfruit, but this is the heart of palm, and this is jackfruit in its natural state before we shred it. So I'm going to show you all how to properly prepare the heart of palm. So this is what it looks like. Again, this is the inside of a palm tree. You can actually eat a tree. And this is our heart of palm that is already shredded and diced. And this is jackfruit that is already shredded. All right, so we got our chickpeas mashed in the bowl. Next thing we're going to do is throw in our chopped heart of palm. This is gonna make a lot of crab cakes, by the way. It's gonna be so juicy, so delicious, so tasty. Then we have our jackfruit here. Throw that in the bowl. And before I go any further, I am going to remove my watch, because when you're cooking in the kitchen, you don't want to have jewelry on. And this is my only watch right now. So I want to make sure I keep it nice and clean and white. So I'm going to remove that. You want to remove any jewelry that you have, unless you have like a little wedding band or something, you can have that on. But any other jewelry, you want to make sure you remove that's on your arms and hands before you're cooking in the kitchen. So the next thing I'm going to add are some chopped red onion. That's going to add that beautiful, that's enough. It's going to add that beautiful crunchy flavor to everything. Then we're also going to add celery. Remember, we need those electrolytes. And I like using a lot of veggies in my cooking, so I'm gonna add celery. And then we have our chopped red bell pepper. Add that as well. Y'all can see I'm not really using measurements, but for your recipe, you will have the exact measurements, so no worries. And then I'm going to go ahead and add our sea vegetables. So the first thing I'm gonna add is the seaweed sheets, the nori sheets. Let me go ahead, and what you want to do is break these up. Don't put these in here whole, okay? Don't just dump it in there like that. We don't want that. We want to break it up. And this is what's going to give your jackfruit and heart of palm crab cakes that fishy flavor. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is our dulse seaweed. Remember, this is what is going to make everything taste fishy. So instead of Salt Bae, we got Seaweed Bae over here. Let's do it. Look, I'm trying not to get the seaweed. Look at that. How do you do that? Am I doing it right? Do I look sexy? Hey. The seaweed babe. I wish you all could smell this. This thing smells amazing. All right. The next thing we're going to do, now we got to add our spices. This is the thing about plant-based cooking. You have to add your spices and your seasonings. If you don't, your food is going to taste like blah. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is add garlic powder, which I love. Yum, 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 yum. We're going to add, let's add extra. Let's do a little extra. Then we're going to add some granulated onions or onion powder, granulated onion. Actually a little bit different. I prefer using granulated onion and garlic powder over regular garlic and onion powder, but that's just a personal preference. Then we're going to use that Old Bay. You're going to need you some Old Bay if you're going to do some Maryland crab cakes. All right, so we got that in there, and that's also going to add some salt. Let me tell you about the seaweed too, and this Old Bay. It's a little salty, so you don't want to add like too much. And then this is our cayenne pepper. Yum. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this. This is actually the Creole seasoning, but it has cayenne pepper in it. And that's gonna give it a little kick. And then I'm gonna add some salt. Salt Bae for real. Just a little sprinkle of salt. And then one of my favorite ingredients is nutritional yeast. I love this. This is high in B vitamins, and it just adds flavor to whatever you're cooking. Now, you can't cook everything with nutritional yeast, but this is definitely one of the ingredients that you want to use inside of this dish. And I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle that in. So you can see these crab cakes are gonna be packed with flavor, like packed. Yum. All right. Now I'm going to add some Dijon mustard. You want to have Dijon mustard, not regular mustard. Spice up your mustard some. Let's get into the different mustards. There's stone ground, there's Dijon, there's honey, there's all kinds of mustards. But we're going to use the Grey Poupon. Have some Grey, please pass the Grey Poupon. Boom. We're going to do a couple of those. And that's going to give it an extra kick as well. And then this is, well, I'm going to add that last. This is our fresh dill. Fresh dill, I love fresh herbs. I think they're way better than dry herbs in cooking. I'm actually gonna put all of this. No, not all of it. I'm gonna save some for remoulade. And then I'm gonna put some fresh parsley. Yes. All these come from the garden, just organic, just beautiful. And then I'm gonna add some basil, and that's a little unconventional in crab cakes, but I'm gonna add it because, like Tabitha Brown said, that's my business. Shout out to Miss Tabitha Brown doing her thing. So next thing we're going to do is mix this up. Now you can use kitchen utensils, you can use a spoon. I would recommend using a wooden spoon if you are going to use a spoon. I personally think that the best utensils are your hands. Make sure that you have washed your hands. And what you want to do is when you're cooking, you always want to set your intention. So whenever I'm cooking the food and I'm mixing, I'm setting my intention. I'm thinking loving thoughts. So we're mixing everything up. I haven't added all the ingredients, but I wanted to make sure that everything is proportioned, which it looks like it is. It looks perfect. So now I can add my panko and my flour. And I just want to let you all know that this is a 100% gluten and soy-free dish, which is big nowadays, right? Everybody is looking for alternatives that are even healthier than plant-based. So we're looking at something that's gluten-free and soy-free. Okay, so now that I have everything mixed up, I want to make sure this is beautiful. This is exactly how you want it to look. It almost looks like a salad. And honestly, you could eat this like this. That's another thing about the jackfruit and the heart of palm is you do not have to cook it. You can totally eat this raw, but trust me, it's way better cooked. All right, so we are going to do our aquafaba. Now remember, this is our egg binder, and 2 tablespoons of aquafaba equals 1 egg. So I'm going to put about 4 tablespoons in here because I'm going to need about 2 eggs for this recipe. All right, I'm going to leave it there. We have here a gluten-free flour. And gluten-free is good for people who have like celiac disease or people who are trying to kind of get rid of the gut area because gluten does tend to sit in the gut. And then the panko here is also gluten-free as well. So you can find gluten-free flour and panko made with rice, made with chickpea flour, made with gluten-free crackers. You can use gluten-free crackers instead of panko, all kinds of things that you can do. And if you're trying to get into like ideal shape and if you're trying to have the healthiest body, then you do want to incorporate as many gluten-free and soy-free recipes as possible. Now trust me, I am an advocate of soy for some people, and the healthiest way to consume soy would be through dishes like tofu, which comes directly from the soybean. Make sure that it's organic, make sure it's non-GMO. Also tempeh is a really good soy ingredient, and then soybeans, of course, soy milk, all of those things that are non-processed. It's only when you start getting into the processed foods, the burgers, the processed chicken, fake chicken and things like that that you want to watch the soy product. Now back to cooking our crab cakes. Let's go. So we have our gluten-free flour. You don't want that much flour. You don't want a lot of filler. Whenever you see recipes for crab cakes, Maryland style crab cakes, Louisiana style crab cakes, they always say little filler, no filler. Because sometimes you get crab cakes and they're like super gummy. You don't want that. And you don't need it because of course we used our aquafaba, and our aquafaba is our binder for our with our egg, and you don't need all of the flour. So what I want to do is take the panko, but I'm going to season it a little bit because you just got to put flavor in. Like this is the thing, when you're cooking you want layers of flavor, layers. So I'm going to add a little bit of nutritional yeast to this. I am going to add some creole seasoning. I'm going to add some onion and garlic powder, my favorite. And a little bit of Old Bay. And I think I'll do a pinch of salt. There we go, seasoned panko. Okay, so now we are ready to make the patties, but before we make our crab cake patties, we are going to heat up our pan. So this is a cast iron skillet. And the beautiful thing about this skillet is that it's been in my family. First of all, it's heavy. Y'all heard that? And I'm like struggling to pick it up. But it's been in my family for like 25 years, and that's why it's so seasoned. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the oven on. And hi Zion, this is my son Zion. You wanna say hi? He's gonna help me. You're gonna help me make patties? Yes? Okay, so first I'm gonna heat up the skillet. He's not gonna help me with that part. I'm gonna go and put this on the stove and get this all heated and get the oil heated, and then we'll come back to making the patties. All right, so you're gonna help mommy. You're gonna help me make the patties, okay? Okay. All right. Okay, so the next thing now I have my trusty dusty helper here. Thank you, Zion, for joining mommy in the kitchen, which he often does. And we're gonna mix this up first. Gotta mix up our flour. Make sure everything's all incorporated, our aquafaba. And then I'm gonna give you some patties to pat out. You guys, I need to taste this first though.
Zion, do you like raw food or do you like it cooked?
Cooked.
Oh, you don't like raw? You eat raw sometimes.
Yeah. Not usually.
No, not usually. Okay, so let me taste this. Yeah, I'm sorry, let me get a spoon. Make sure we got enough salt and seasoning and all that good stuff. And then we're gonna make our patties. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and measure an even amount of 1/3 cup here. And then this is what we're gonna do. Just gonna put it in your hands like this. And then once you make it into a patty, then we're gonna just coat it in panko. And put it on the baking sheet. All right, Zion, so yours next. You are next. You're gonna do one. I'm gonna show you, okay?
Just flatten it up.
Yep, here. Both hands. And look at mommy. Squeeze it like this.
Just smush it up.
Like this, in a ball. In a ball. Yep. Back, squeeze it up and squeeze it into a ball. And keep squeezing. Keep squeezing. Keep squeezing. Good job. Yep, you can do it over here. Good job. And then go ahead and put it in one hand and then flatten it. Yep. And then we're gonna kind of shape it like this.
And then put it in the rice.
In the panko. It's called panko. You know what panko is? No? Okay, panko is like breadcrumbs. Okay, very good. You wanna do the next one? Yes, you can. Here. Oh, I feel like this one's gonna fall apart. So you gotta mush it a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll do this part first and then you can go ahead and put it in the panko. How about that? Because I gotta make sure these patties don't fall apart when we put them in the skillet. Here you go, my love. Here. Go ahead and put it in the panko. Let me bring it. Okay, put it in there. Go ahead and put the panko over it. Yep. More.
More?
Yep. You want to cover it. Look how that one's covered. There you go. More, more, more. Cover it all good. All right. Then you're going to pick it up nice and gentle, both hands. Pick it up nice and gentle with both hands. Both hands, my love. Both hands. Yep. It's not going to fall apart. Pick it up. And then shake it off a little bit. Yep. Perfect. And then go ahead and put it on a tray. Yay! Good job. That looks amazing. All right, let's do the next one. Here. You can be my panko helper. You can see how these stick together so nicely. There you go. Go ahead. Panko again. Yes. Yes. You can use crackers. You can use corn flakes. I've seen people, I've done corn flakes before. That gives it a nice little sweet taste. That's enough, my love. Yep. And then shake it off. Shake off the extra panko. Here. Okay. And go ahead and put that one over there. Thank you. You're doing such a great job. Look at your hands. Ooh, this is like a science experiment, right?
Zion, what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you know yet?
YouTuber.
Oh, who's your favorite YouTuber?
I don't even think I have a favorite one.
What's your favorite YouTube video that you've seen lately? Maybe yesterday or today? Anything funny?
The funniest YouTuber that I know is Unspeakable and Basketball Jack.
Ooh, that's cool, huh?
Also, Sunday is pretty funny.
For Sunday is funny. Sunday is funny. What's your favorite food? What kind of things do you like to eat? Here, go ahead. You got a crab cake needs panko.
Oh, I can't even see it. My favorite food, probably pizza.
Pizza? What kind of pizza?
Just cheese on there for now.
What kind of cheese?
vegan cheese.
You don't like regular, you like regular cheese?
Yeah.
You do like regular cheese?
Mm-hmm.
No? I didn't think you liked regular cheese.
Do you like a cauliflower crust on your pizza, or what kind of crust do you like?
Yeah, I like my crust soft. I think there I look put the green stuff on the sides.
Do you have a best friend?
Zane.
Shout out to Zane. Shout out to Zane's mother. Zane's mother is Iman, and she owns Pot's Vegan Egyptian restaurant. Yes. So, and her son and my son are best friends. And then we're gonna do 2 more. Ooh, my hands are crazy looking.
My hands are worse.
No, they're not worse than mine.
Zion, what's your favorite thing about mom?
No, that's it.
Probably because that she cooks and she loves me a lot.
I do love you a lot, and I do cook for you. He always says, he's like, what do you always say about mommy and granny? Cooking.
They say they're the 2 best cookers.
Yeah, he always says that. He's like, y'all are the best cookers. What? That one's not getting panko? Why you not giving that one no panko? That one don't get any panko love. You got to give it some panko love. All right, what thoughts are you thinking while you're doing this? What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking, really, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm really just thinking about my birthday.
Your birthday's not coming up, Zion.
Yeah, until like a couple months in November.
November what?
24.
Yeah.
Is this good?
That's good. Okay, that's enough for now. That's good. Thank you. You did an awesome job helping me with these. And were you ready to wash your hands? We want to flatten them a little bit. Okay. So we only want to do 4 at a time. You don't want to overcrowd your pan either. Spread that around. And now I'm gonna put the crab cake on. Boom, in the middle. And then I'm gonna top it with some more remoulade. Then we're going to add some lettuce. Small little baby, look at the little baby lettuce leaves. They're so cute. Romaine lettuce. Couple slices of tomato, and I'm gonna end it with I made 2 of these because fun fact about this dish, this will be featured at a very popular music festival here in Las Vegas in September. We will be serving this. So that's why I wanted to do 2, because you're gonna get 2 at this festival. All right, everybody, now it's time for the grand finale. The most important part, the most fun part is the tasting. So you all have made it to the finale with me, to the end. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for hanging out with me in my kitchen. And now I'm gonna go ahead and bite into this amazing slider. What are y'all saying? Look at that gorgeous thing here. Make me wanna dance. Good manners, you don't wanna talk with your mouth full. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope your slider is amazing as mine is. And join me for the next class. I can't wait to see you. Thank you for hanging out.